In today's lecture, we'll talk about dictionaries. So this is the first lecture on dictionaries, and we'll continue talking about dictionaries in the next few lectures. So a dictionary, so we've talked about how we can store data in different objects. We started with variables, we defined lists, tuples, right? Strings, right? So there are different ways to store data in Python. And so a dictionary is another object in Python where you can have a key and a value. So there's a key value pair in a dictionary, similar to how a dictionary works. We know that there's a word and there's a definition describing that word, right? So a key is always going to be associated with a value in a dictionary in Python. And you can use that key to locate that specific value. So let's look at an example of a dictionary. So here is a dictionary so let me get my pointer. So this is a dictionary, right? And you can see, so this is called the key, this is called the value. So there are 3 keys and 3 values. Again, each key is going to have a value in the dictionary. And so I'm showing this in the console, right? You can type along. It's a good idea. And I'll see if I can post. I think, yeah, I'll post the example. It's already posted. Should be already posted on Canvas. So so if you print the dictionary out, if you're doing it in the script, you need to add a print statement. But in the console, you press enter, you get the dictionary, right? And if you use the type function, it's going to tell you that this is from the class dictionaries, and if you want to, let's say, access a particular key and value associated with that key, you can use square brackets, right? So we'll stick to, there's another way, but this is the easier way. We'll stick to square brackets in order to access the key and values in a dictionary. So if you use dot items, right, with empty parentheses, you can also get the keys and the values, right, of the dictionary. And the reason I'm showing you this is because when you run a for loop, so it's a dictionary is also an iterable object in Python. You can use a for loop, in other words, to iterate over the items of a dictionary, right? So if you use these 2 variables, key value, and then this is going to iterate over the items that are shown over here, right? And you print out the key and value, you get this output. So this is going to be your output for this for loop. So this is these are the keys and the value pairs for the dictionary. Now you can also add a new key value pair in dictionary. So just use square brackets and that new key that you want to add and the associated value for that key. So if you print out the dictionary, you'll see that this new value has been added to your dictionary. Key value pair has been added to your dictionary. You can also delete a key value pair. So if you use del, and then the dictionary and square brackets and that element or the key that you want to delete, it's going to get rid of that, and you can see that that this is going to be removed from the dictionary now, and your new dictionary is going to be the every other element except for that key value pair that you deleted. And you can also, so we've, these are strings and numbers, but they don't have to be both strings. They don't have the values do not necessarily have to be numbers, right? They can be strings also. So here you can see that I've added a key value pair where the value is a string called hello. So this is the new element of our dictionary. Okay, so so let's and you can notice that over here I've updated the value, right? It was first 5 and then I changed it to hello. So you can change a value also. So I changed the existing key value pair. 5 was the value for the key D. I changed it to hello. And if you have something else over here, it's going to add a new key value pair. Let's say if you have F over here, it's going to add a new key with the value hello in the dictionary, but in this case it's just updated. Okay. Now you can also copy a dictionary. We have discussed copying, so this would create an independent copy, right? So this is again that same dictionary we had before, and then I think I removed one of the elements, yeah, B before from the previous dictionary, right? So this is a dictionary we have, right? So two key value pairs, A and D, and what you can do is we created a copy of the dictionary, right? And if you want to get rid of all the elements of the dictionary, you can use the dot clear function or method, and you can see it's an independent copy, so that does not affect the dictionary D. So D is still that, and D2 has been cleared, and it's an empty dictionary now. So dictionaries have a lot of applications. So this is an example of where you would use dictionaries. Like, let's say you want to create a phone book with numbers, with the names of your friends and their numbers, right? So you can create a dictionary that for that purpose, and then you can access the phone book by using square brackets, right? The methods that we have seen can all be applied over here. Let's look at another example. So now this is a more interesting example where you're storing the scores of students for, let's say, 3 exams as lists. So your key value pair, so your values in this case are not numbers, are not strings, they're lists, right? So each student has an associated list of scores, right? And so if you access if you define your dictionary, you can access your scores, the scores of students by using the same methods. But if you access the key value pair, you'll obviously get a list as values, right? In this case, because your values are lists. Now, there are a few other methods. We're mostly going to be using the methods that we just discussed for our purpose, right? So get is another method instead of square brackets, but we'll mostly use square brackets to access the items of a list. And so we have seen this. We have seen these, right? Pop. So if you use pop, right, what happens is that it returns a specified value that is associated with a key, but what it does, it removes that key value pair. So if you want to just, let's say, access a phone book, if you use the pop method, it just whatever key value pair you print out, it's just going to remove that from the dictionary as well. And the pop item is just going to print out a randomly selected key value pair from the dictionary. Okay, so in the next video, I'm gonna work on an example of dictionary. So that's there's a very important method, a function called the zip function that we'll talk about. That's very useful in order to create dictionaries.